All right, Via, so what we are getting is that the Enforcement Directorate continues to grill Aishwarya Rai Bachchan in Delhi. What we're also getting right now is that just about any moment the grilling would stop and Aishwarya Rai Bachchan would be leaving the premises. But a lot went down in terms of the impact of it went down in Parliament. Her mother-in-law, Jaya Bachchan, had a big meltdown in Rajya Sabha after being poked by the BJP over the interrogation. In the monumental rage inside Parliament, an angry Jaya urged the Speaker to take action against the statement made against her and Aishwarya. What is interesting here to note is that UP elections are in the offing. Jaya Bachchan is a Samajwadi Party nominee to the Rajya Sabha, and she was seen fuming over the personal attack and even targeted the Treasury benches, saying that their bad days are near.
What are you saying? Tell me, what are you saying? Have the courage to stand up and speak and make such nasty remarks.
I think you are not interested. I think you are not interested. I'm calling the next member. I think
ये जो अभी बोल के गए वो आप रखेंगे?
आपका जो बोला.
I expect you to take action on the comment that he made about me and my children.
That will be.
You want to be fair? You're sitting on the chair. You don't belong to any party, sir. You do justice, or you tell the whole house and that you don't believe in justice. He made a personal.
All right, so Jaya Bachchan also spoke to India Today right outside Parliament. This was what you heard was inside. Listen in.
Let us say what she's saying. I don't want to make any personal comments on anyone. Whatever happened was unfortunate. They should not have spoken the way they did, and which got me very upset.
All right, so this is what went down in Parliament, possibly the impact of what is going on outside Parliament at the Enforcement Directorate's office in Delhi, with Aishwarya Rai Bachchan now being questioned related to a 2016 Panama paper case.
After Jacqueline Fernandez and Nora Fatehi, yet another Bollywood star now in the Enforcement Directorate's crosshairs. The mega Panama paper leak is back to haunt the Bachchan family. And the Bachchan family Bahu Aishwarya Rai was grilled by the Enforcement Directorate on Monday. Actor Aishwarya showed up at the Enforcement Directorate office in Delhi just hours after she was asked to appear before the agency. She had sought adjournments on 2 occasions earlier. The plea of adjournment was made to the special investigation team probing the Panama papers. Aishwarya Rai's grilling comes just days after her husband Abhishek Bachchan too was summoned by the Enforcement Directorate for questioning. Summons to the couple were issued under the Foreign Exchange Management Act. The case is being probed by a special investigation team consisting of officers from the Enforcement Directorate, Income Tax and other agencies. The grilling pertains to the Panama Papers 2016 expose, an unprecedented leak of 11.5 million files. The documents exposed how the rich exploit secretive offshore tax regimes. So what exactly was Aishwarya and her family's role according to the Panama leaks? Well, according to the files, Aishwarya Rai and her family members were allegedly appointed directors of a firm in the British Virgin Islands with an initial capital of $50,000. It has been alleged in the leaks that in 2005, Aishwarya Rai's status was changed from director to shareholder, but 3 years later, the company became inactive. The news of the Enforcement Directorate grilling instantly turned political, with opposition leaders alleging that Bollywood continues to be a soft target.
I think the ED has got a Bollywood fetish. I think they recently summoned Jacqueline Fernandez. I think now they've called Aishwarya Rai. Maybe Mr. Senior Bachchan refused to participate in some propaganda film of the BJP. Or maybe it's because her mother-in-law, Rajya Sabha MP, Jaya Bachchan, wore a red cap the other day. Maybe that's the provocation.
जया बच्चन जी का गुस्सा उसको बच्ची के ऊपर मच गया। जया जी यहाँ आकर हमारे साथ लड़ाई लड़ती है, हमारे साथ संघर्ष करती है, हमारी वकालत करती है। ये लड़ाई बच्चों तक, घर तक मत सरकार से।
Apart from the Bachchan family, other celebrities were exposed in the Panama paper list, includes Aishwarya Rai's brother and parents, and also fellow Bollywood actor Ajay Devgan.
The ED official who is part of this particular SIT wants to understand why this company were formed, why they shut down, and what were the financial transactions. Now it will be very important to see whether Aishwarya Rai Bachchan actually goes in front of ED officials, records her statement, or she seeks more time. With camera person Vijay Desai, this is Saurav Vakhtania in Mumbai for India Today.
All right, viewers, I'm going to take you right now outside the Enforcement Directorate's office in New Delhi. These visuals coming in from the ED are of Aishwarya Rai exiting. She should be exiting just about any time right now. She's been questioned for 4 straight hours by the Enforcement Directorate. She's going to be called back again. And what we're getting to here is that her husband, Abhishek Bachchan, has also now been summoned in the case. Aishwarya Rai in the ED crosshairs, now grilled for more than 4 hours. What we are getting to understand is that her interrogation is complete, at least for today. Any minute she would be exiting and leaving the Enforcement Directorate office. She's in Delhi. She was summoned in Delhi. Her husband now, Abhishek Bachchan, has also been called in. There's massive political fallout of what you see on your television screens, and it played out in Parliament today. A very angry Jaya Bachchan exploded on the floor of the House. She was reacting to some comments that were made by certain individuals, especially because she targeted the Treasury bench, so they must have come from the Treasury bench. She did not take kindly to them. She asked the Speaker to take action against the members from the Treasury bench, but when she came out, she made clear that she was extremely angry, and that's why she said what she did. She did not want to comment any more on that. On the other hand, the Samajwadi Party has also jumped into all of this. To give our viewers perspective, Jaya Bachchan is a Rajya Sabha nominee by the Samajwadi Party. If you remember, just 3 days ago, Jaya Bachchan was seen at the Gandhi statue outside Parliament, where 12 MPs that have been suspended have been protesting. She was wearing the quintessential red cap of the Samajwadi Party, which now the BJP calls a Khatre ka Ghanti. She was wearing that, and she spoke for the Samajwadi Party, and now the party says that this is all due to the impending elections in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and this is vendetta, this is politics being played out, and Jaya Bachchan's family is being targeted on the same. The ED heat right now on Aishwarya Rai in connection, viewers, let me give you perspective there as well. She's been called in connection with a 2016 Panama paper leaks case. It's not just her. Her husband, Abhishek Bachchan, has also been called in. She was interrogated for 4 straight hours at the Enforcement Directorate office. We are given to understand that her interrogation now stands over, but she's going to be called again. We are also getting to know that her husband, Abhishek Bachchan, will also be called in. These visuals that we are streaming to you are coming in live from the Enforcement Directorate's office in the national capital, Delhi. Abhishek Bachchan also now going to be called in the next few days. Massive political implications in what we are seeing on our television screens right now. This, viewers, is the first time that the Enforcement Directorate has questioned the Bachchans, this time in the case of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. Let's cut across right now immediately to my colleague Munish Pandey, who's joining us right now outside the ED office. Munish, give us a larger understanding of what happened inside. The interrogation is done. Abhishek Bachchan has also been summoned. Give us the details.
Yeah, well, Priti, as of now, we have been given to understand that the case of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is over for today, and the agencies would like to question her again. But in today's questioning, which happened for more than 4.5 hours, we have been given to understand is that she was questioned regarding a company which was registered in 2005 at British Virgin Island. Now, that company was incorporated in 2005 May with a capital, authorized capital of $50,000 US, and regarding the very same, she was questioned by the enforcement directorate. She was also questioned about the $50,000 of investment, who that money belonged to, and also why she had to leave the directorship of the company and she became shareholder, shareholder of the very same company 3 months later. In 2008, we were the company, the British Virgin Islands registered company, was dissolved. As of now, we have been given to understand is that the questioning is over, but certain financial documents were submitted by Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. Apart from that, as of now, what we can see right now at the ED office is that the bodyguard of Aishwarya Rai has gone inside, and if we can cut the visuals, you can see Aishwarya Rai coming out of ED office. Preeti, these are the live visuals from ED office, and you can see Aishwarya Rai leaving the ED office after 4.5 hours of questioning. We would like to ask some questions on the allegations. Aishwarya, what do you have to say on the allegations? So you can see there is a lot of media presence here, and because it's a very important and big development as far as this Panama investigation is concerned, her questioning was very important. In November, her husband Abhishek Bachchan was questioned, and as of now, if I can describe the visuals, there is a lot of media presence, and it is struggle for even Aishwarya Rai to sit inside the car. This is not the main gate. This is the behind gate of the ED office, which is located in National Capital, Jamnagar area. And here you can see she is trying to sit in the car. She is wearing a black sunglasses and also a black mask. Now she is sitting in the car, and the task for the bodyguard of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan is to make sure that she is not giving any soundbite to media. She is completely avoiding the media at this point of time, and from now, from here, we have been given to understand that she will be going to a hotel in Delhi. We don't know about the location where she is staying, but today's questioning of Aishwarya Rai was very important. After 4.5 hours of questioning, she has just left from the ED office in Jamnagar, and now the ED will question her again. Next summons will be issued to Aishwarya Rai in this case. Her detailed statement was recorded, and now if I can describe the statement, it was mostly about the company which was incorporated in 2005. She was the director of the company with the authorized capital of $50,000 US. What ED wanted to know that where that money came from, whether it belonged to Aishwarya Rai or whether it was a money given by some other person. Was there any financial transaction, and was there any tax evasion or not? And today's questioning was under Foreign Exchange Management Act. So basically, the violation of RBI guidelines that if there is any movement from India to any other foreign country, then that money has to be declared before the RBI. So whether there was any violation or not, on these lines, Aishwarya was questioned. Just now she has left the ED office, and now it is up to the ED to analyze those statements, and whether she will be called again or not, that is a big question.
Munish, just stay with me. We're going to come right back to you in just about a minute to encapsulate what we're seeing on our television screens after 4.5 hours of straight questioning by the ED for alleged foreign exchange violations. Aishwarya Rai has just left the building. To give our viewers a little more perspective, the actor was questioned by the ED today. The probe agency recorded her statement. She had already been summoned earlier too, but had twice sought more time. Now, the probe agency spoke to her regarding her money, which she allegedly, as per the ED, has parked in a company based in the British Virgin Islands. And this is on that account that Aishwarya Rai Bachchan recorded her statement. The ED started investigations in the allegations in 2017 itself. Twice had called her. She had sought more time. But this time around, she had to go and give her statement. It issued notices to the Bachchan family, asking them to explain their foreign remittances since 2004 under one of the Reserve Bank of India schemes. I want to cut across back to my colleague Munish, who's joining us for more. Munish, what are we getting to understand? Is she going to be called in? How soon will that be? We believe summons have also gone in to her husband for questioning again, who's Abhishek Bachchan. Do we have any timeline for that questioning yet?
Yeah, but Preeti, this is a multi-agency probe. It means that not only officers from Enforcement Directorate, but also in this team there are officers from the Income Tax Department and other central agencies. Now, once the statement has been recorded by the Enforcement Directorate, that statement will be analyzed with the officials of other central agencies. Now, once the statement has been recorded by the Enforcement Directorate, that statement will be analyzed with the officials of other central agencies. Now, once the statement has been recorded by the Enforcement Directorate, that statement will be analyzed with the officials of other central agencies. investigative agencies. Now, what the procedure is that an investigative agency has to send a summons to the person who is under investigation. Now, in this case, why ED is issuing summons? Because they have the power to issue summons under FEMA Act. No other agency has, and that is why ED was the first agency to summon Aishwarya Rai. Earlier, on 2 occasions, she evaded the summons citing personal reasons, but today she decided to appear for questioning. Now, as far as Abhishek Bachchan is concerned, he was questioned in November this year. That is, last month he was questioned by the Enforcement Directorate in Delhi, and we have been given to understand is that when Abhishek Bachchan arrived at the ED office, he was with certain financial documents regarding his own bank account and also about the company which is under question. Now, as far as Amitabh Bachchan is concerned, he is also under scanner of investigative agencies. So trouble seems to be mounting for the entire Bachchan family in the Panama paper leaks case. But as far as Aishwarya is concerned, it was the first time that Aishwarya appeared before the ED. Her statement has been recorded. But again, we have been given to understand by our sources within the ED that they would like to call Aishwarya Rai Bachchan once again for questioning. The timeline is still not fixed because it will be analyzed by the officials of multiple agencies who are involved in it, and what other agencies, for example, income tax wants to know that there was any tax evasion or not. As far as ED is concerned, they want to know that there was any forex violation or not. Was there any permission sought from the Reserve Bank of India for this particular transaction for this company or not? So these are the violations which the agencies are probing. It appears that she will be called again, but the timeline is still not fixed. Maybe they will take a week or 2 or a month to analyze those statements, and after gathering more evidence or after analyzing that statement, not only Aishwarya,
Right.
but even the other 2 people in the Bachchan family, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan and Abhishek Bachchan, they can be called in for question.
All right, Manish, appreciate you joining us. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan has been called in for questioning. She was questioned for 4.5 hours straight in connection with foreign exchange violations. The ED alleges that she had parked her money in a company based in the British Virgin Islands. We are talking of at least a 12-year-old case. The Enforcement Directorate started investigating these allegations in 2017. Twice over, she was called. But let's cut across right now to the questions that were asked by the Enforcement Directorate to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan today. This is the first time she was appearing in person. Now, she was asked that as Amic Partners Incorporated, registered in British Virgin Islands in 2005, which was she the company of director of at that time, what is your link with the company? The other question that she was asked, do you know law firm Mossack Fonseca registered the company? You and your family members were directors in the firm, but what can you tell about this? Why did your position change from director to shareholder in 2005? Why did the company become inactive in 2008? Was permission sought from RBI for financial transaction? The ED trying to establish what they feel is the money that was parked in Virgin Islands. Was that Aishwarya Rai Bachchan's money, or was she funneling the money of somebody else? Lots of allegations, grave allegations there, but she is going to be summoned again is what we're getting to understand. Many questions that were asked of her today. Her husband now, Abhishek Bachchan, will also be called in. Mind you, he's already been questioned by the ED once. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan who has been given a summon twice over. She had sought more time, but this time around she had to appear before the ED. Because in all of this, there are political implications. The Samajwadi Party says that she's being targeted because her mother-in-law, Jaya Bachchan, is a Rajya Sabha member by the Samajwadi Party and of late had been vocal in support of the party as elections are ordered right now in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Now let's tell you, why was Aishwarya Rai Bachchan summoned in the first place? The Panama Papers leak have leveled scathing allegations on the former Miss World. Aishwarya, her family, allegedly made directors of Amic Partners Limited. Now Amic Partners Incorporated in British Virgin Islands, and she is now charged by the ED today of parking her money there. And they want to establish whether the money is hers or she funneled it of somebody else. Aishwarya's status changed from director to shareholder in 2005. The firm Amic Partners later became inactive. all of these questions were put forth today to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. For more on the questioning of Aishwarya, I want to cut across to our Ace ED correspondent, Manish, who's still with me. Manish, what more can you add to it?
Yeah, well, Preeti, as far as today's questioning is concerned, we are now learning from our sources that most of the part, Aishwarya Rai denied the allegations of parking money in a tax haven country, that is British Virgin Islands, and she has denied the association also. But at the very same time, what EDs are saying that because she is a suspect, her statement will not be taken on face value. They have to analyze the other evidence also. During the question, she was also questioned about the directorship, because according to the documents which were leaked during the Panama paper leaks, according to those documents, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, her father, mother and brother, all four were directors of the company. So why they were named as a director? Also, there was a question about a meeting regarding this company which took place in Dubai. So that question was also asked to Aishwarya Rai. In overall, in layman language, if I can tell you, Preeti, that most of the questions were regarding the company which was registered in 2005 in British Virgin Islands. And why that came under scandal? Because in 2016 Panama paper leak, that company was named as company where money was moved on behalf of Aishwarya Rai Bachchan. That point of time, she was not married. And a year after marriage, the company was completely dissolved. So who was the beneficiary? Because there was one company of UAE which took over that company. The company was sold to another company. So these were certain complicated financial transactions based on which the questions took place of Aishwarya Rai. She has defended. She was with the financial documents to prove her innocence. But at the end of the day, these are investigative agencies. They will analyze. Then only they will give a clean sheet or whether they have to charge or not.
All right, Manish Pandey, my colleague, appreciate you joining us. We're going to continue to get back to you for more updates on this developing story. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and her husband will be summoned again. The timeline of that still a little unclear. But with that, I'm going to go into a quick break. You do stay with us. On the other side, viewers, it's to the point.